Dear Kuro Games, hopefully the string of awards in 2025 has provided the affirmation that you, the dev team, can be confident in the quality of your work, even though you have attributed some of this acclaim to the invaluable feedback from your player base. I have contemplated what to say in response to the Wuthering Waves dev team's message the next stop and the interview with YTN. While I am but one of many opinions, I have condensed my response to the following. Feedback is tremendous. However, I worry one reason you, the dev team, feel like you have started over every update is because you have. Trying new things is great. Surprising us is spectacular. But starting over means you are changing everything, and that includes your vision for the game. The vision is the unique artistic design voice which differentiates your game from other games in its genre, threading through and connecting all of the game's aspects like narrative, visual design, storytelling, world building, character design, and beyond. One paraphrased saying I often hear when a new version update previews, like Renacida, Septimon, and now Lahairoi, is Wuthering Waves doesn't even look like the same game anymore. Although this is meant to complement your effort and the extensive improvements, there is a darker truth in these words. You are too focused on implementing player feedback in an attempt to meet player expectations. A game that does not listen to its players is bound to fail, as disgruntled players leave. However, a game that listens too much to its diverse player base, each with their own wants and interests, will become a diluted and disoriented mess with no unifying, unique, and consistent design voice that drives the game's direction. In such a case, players will leave because the game becomes too generic, confused, or because the vision drifted away from what initially attracted the player. Wuthering Waves is intended to continue for years to come, and it is impossible to account for everything. Therefore, it is inevitable that there will be unintended and disruptive friction that obstructs player experience, mixed in with the purposeful friction you design that enhances the player's experience. Purposeful friction utilizes a player's intrinsic motivators, mastery, autonomy, and purpose, while unintended and disruptive friction dampens those motivators. There is no need to feel worried or responsible for unintended friction. It happens. We are all human, and humans make mistakes. What is your responsibility is interpreting feedback and reducing unintended friction when it arises, while providing satisfying game experiences that emerge from purposeful friction within your artistic vision. With the version 3.0 livestream, I am optimistic for the future of Wuthering Waves. I can clearly see the effort to move towards more refining and polishing rather than repeatedly starting over. For instance, the creation of the motorbike. It looks like you 1. Identified the friction players had with the Renacina gondolas, 2. Traced the root causes, and then 3. Refined the mechanics while maintaining or better executing your vision. I hope to see this process implemented in all aspects of this game's design. To me, Wuthering Waves feels like an exploration and celebration of human perseverance in the face of calamity, and the emotions associated and accompanying that. Not just one type of people, but all people, experiencing their rich cultures, folktales, and art. Not only do we explore what makes them unique, but we emphasize what shared characteristics makes them all human, perseverance. And it is this human perseverance in the face of adversity, the desire to do right by others, and the curiosity to push into the unknown that I feel in you, your game, and characters. Such perseverance can be seen in the clip currently on screen from Saving Light, which is probably still one of my favorite and most emotional moments I have had with this game. It even inspired me to write a silly little poem called Dawning Light, which is on screen now. I apologize that I can't properly translate it. Connections like these, the surprises and cherished endgame moments you mentioned, happen because your passion for art shines through and resonates with your audience. Art is uncompromising. It is a vulnerable and genuine expression of one's inner heart. If that artistic vision is altered, then it is no longer a piece of art, but rather, it is a product to be sold to a targeted audience. However, are there ways to refine an art piece, ways to improve the presentation or technique so it can be better communicated and enjoyed while still preserving the artistic vision? Absolutely. That is what I aim to do with my commentary. Should any of my suggestions or commentary feel like it erodes your vision, then it should be ignored. I feel that at its core, the Kuro Games dev team, for Wuthering Waves or PGR, are artists. And as artists, I greatly appreciate your willingness to put your hearts on the table before so many people. It is an immensely vulnerable position to put yourselves in. If you can promise to continue refining Wuthering Waves, to work with players' intrinsic motivations for mastery, autonomy, and purpose, and promise to reclaim your artistic vision, then I will continue to support this game, even when I have issues, because I'll have the confidence that those issues will pass. I will continue making commentary and discussion on general game design, specifically with Wuthering Waves as the vehicle. Hopefully, as you have said, together we can make this a wonderful game. Although I must recognize, my part to play is infinitely easier than yours. Thank you for the incredible journey thus far, and for the countless years to come. Sincerely, the Core Keeper of Tethys, as arrogant as that name is.